The first contact Wampanoag people have held their ground for more than 400 years since the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock in 1620. Yat a Polygenecolonisia. I am here in Wampanoag territory in Mashpee, Massachusetts on Cape Cod, where we find the tribe strengthening its culture and language
tree
and leading efforts to prepare for rising seas and temperatures, storm surges, and other impacts of climate change, caring for the water and the earth, and repairing environmental damage that is nowhere more obvious than on the bays. I had the chance to go out on the water with Buddy Pocknet. Pocknet is no stranger to the Wampanoag waters.
When I was just a kid, because my father always brought us down to the bay. And when I was younger, this whole bay was all oysters all the way around.
Things are different today. Now vacation homes line nearly every inch of waterfront, overwhelming the ecosystem. Can you talk about how it was before all of this development and what it looked like and what the environment looked like here?
So what the environment looked like when I was a young kid, there was no houses there, and then there was just a few little small cottages on there. The ecosystem was unbelievable. You had little nicks, you had steamers, you had quahogs, you had scallops in this bay, of course oysters. Oysters was kind of the main habitat for
Mashpee elder Ramona Peters noted the effects of overdevelopment.
Both the freshwater and the saltwater, the bays, have been polluted by recklessness, really. Even in the towns, I have not paid attention to where septic systems are placed, near water. It's just never a good idea. But we're dealing with that now with plumes, toxic plumes.
What can be done? Step one is restoring the natural cleaners. Oysters.
The oysters is very important because one oyster, every day, this little oyster here, 50 gallons goes through it. 24 hours, 50 gallons filters through this. So it's filtering, so the more we have, the better our cleaner the water is getting. And the oysters are helping.
With grant funding, the tribe is systematically reintroducing oysters and quahogs into the bays.
So the oyster grant is to grow oysters out in these bags to purify the water and get the water nice and clean. When I started putting the oysters out here 2 years ago, the bottom has been all dirty, all mucky, black looking. Within 2 years out here, you can see the sandy bottom. That's how much it's cleaning up with these oysters here. So the more the oysters you get out here, it cleans up the bay. They eat all the muck and all the dirt on the bottom. They filter all the dirt, and they turn it into nice, pure, clean sand.
And it's not just the bays. It's the streams as well that the Wampanoag want to see cleaned up. I had the chance to visit the tribe's annual herring festival that celebrates the return of fish inland from the sea, even if the polluted streams are no longer full of fish.
We had some of the best water quality here on Cape Cod, and now we have some of the poorest water quality here on Cape Cod because of the overdevelopment.
And for the Wampanoag, bringing the streams back to health is not just a goal, it's a mission.
It's important to clean our waters because we're given instructions from the Creator and our ancestors to take care of Mother Earth.
We're trying to keep these ideas alive that this land we're connected to it by blood, because our DNA has been contributed to by this water and the animals that live within it.
And then the mission expands.
I look at it spiritually, and language is an important part of that. Wherever you go, whatever the indigenous people, the language connects them to the land, and the disconnection of us from our language has always been a sore point in our lives. And to pray in that way of understanding the land, that only through our own language can be expressed, there are no words that can really convey that feeling.
Except perhaps Wampanoag words.
Natasuis Tracy Kelly, Nutomas Masipiat, Kanatai Masipiat.
Tracy Kelly leads the tribe's language restoration program that is inseparable from the efforts to clean up the environment.
And today I'd love to share a little bit about our waters. You nanapiman ka. This is our waters, Kamontamuonk, Queenawaquat, and water is everything. It's life. It's essential for Wachi Namasak, the birds, the fish, the people. And I love our waters. Nuamon Napi. Nanapiman means our waters as an English translation, but there's a feature in our language. What it really does is it says this particular item is something that cannot be separated from my body, from my being.
From Mashpee, Wampanoag territory, I'm Polly Jeanette Claw for ICT.